So, today we're going to talk about the massive violence that has erupted across different parts of the country over the Bharat Bandh and the incredible hypocrisy of the opposition parties and of the liberals in their response to this violence. My name is Sharma. Welcome to the Sharma Show. Hello, and welcome. Welcome to another edition of the Sharma Show. Thank you very much for watching today. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate you. All right, guys, just a little bit of housekeeping first. First of all, the Sharma Show has recently crossed 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And for that, I have to thank you because this show is nothing without you. And thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your encouraging comments. I try to reply to as many comments as I can. I'm sorry if I haven't been able to reply to your comment yet. But again, I see you, I thank you, and I really do appreciate your support. And now, the Sharma Show is on its way to 10,000 subscribers. So I hope I can count on your support for the show. And again, guys, if this is the first episode you're watching, and if you do enjoy today's episode, please make sure to subscribe to the show down below. And if you have watched the show before, if you do enjoy what we do here on the show, and if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe. All right, so the Supreme Court recently pronounced a judgment in the case of Dr. Subhash Kashinath Mahajan versus the state of Maharashtra and others. And this judgment is what has kicked up this whole storm in the country and that has made people call for the Bharat Bandh. So the court essentially ruled that additional safeguards need to be added and provided to the civil servants before people arrest them under the Scheduled Castes and Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989. Their conclusions are as follows. 1. Proceedings in the present case are a clear abuse of process of the court and are quashed. 2. There is no absolute bar against the grant of anticipatory bail in cases under the Atrocities Act if no prima facie case is made out or where on judicial scrutiny the complaint is found to be prima facie malified. 3. In view of acknowledged abuse of law of arrest in cases under the Atrocities Act, the arrest of a public servant can only be after approval of the appointing authority and of a non-public servant after approval by the SSP. 4. To avoid false implication of an innocent, a preliminary inquiry may be conducted by the DSP concerned to find out whether the allegations make out a case under the Atrocities Act and that the allegations are not frivolous or motivated. And 5. Any violation of Direction 3 and 4 will be actionable by way of disciplinary action as well as contempt. So essentially what the courts are saying is that they have seen evidence of the misuse of the Scheduled Castes and Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989 and that they want to provide more safeguards to civil servants so that this act is not misused against them. And here's the important thing to remember. Even the government, even the BJP government does not agree with the court's decision. So the NDA government has recently filed a petition seeking a review of the Supreme Court order because even the BJP government feels that this is a dilution of this act. If you look at the statistics, the rate of convictions under this act are already pretty low. So a lot of people, including the BJP and including a lot of opposition parties and including a lot of SC and ST groups are feeling that this is going to then weaken the act even further and the convictions will be even lower. Now here's the thing, this is a fair point and this is something that needs to be discussed peacefully in the public domain and this is something that needs to be taken up with the courts and then the courts will then reconsider their decision and review the decision again and then come to a new decision. Most parties here are in agreement that this Supreme Court ruling is not something that they agree with and that it can weaken the act further. But despite this, massive violence has broken out in different parts of the country and people have gotten injured. People have gotten very seriously hurt. People have died. There's been damage to lakhs and lakhs of rupees worth of property. And a large bulk of these protests have been seen in states like Punjab, states like Rajasthan, states like Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, and Jharkhand. And here's another important thing to note, that the protests in Punjab have been largely peaceful. And this is something that has been acknowledged by Captain Amrinder Singh, who is the CM of Punjab. But that is not the case in states like Rajasthan, in states like Madhya Pradesh, in states like Jharkhand, which incidentally are BJP-ruled states.
4 राज्य में अर्धसैनिक बलों की अतिरिक्त कंपनियों को भेजने का फैसला किया है। यूपी में आरएएफ की 6 कंपनियों समेत अर्धसैनिक बलों की 9 कंपनियां भेजी गई। मध्य प्रदेश में रैपिड एक्शन फोर्स की 6 कंपनियों को भेजा गया, जबकि राजस्थान में 3 और पंजाब में आरएएफ की 4 कंपनियां भेजी गई हैं।
And you can see the liberals, you can see the academic intellectuals, you can see the media, and you can see opposition political parties that are just loving these protests, that are just loving the violence, that are just goading these protesters more and more into committing more and more violent acts. So look at Rahul Gandhi's tweet right here. He says, दलितों को भारतीय समाज के सबसे निचले पायदान पर रखना आरएसएस बीजेपी के डीएनए में है। जो इस सोच को चुनौती देता है उसे वो हिंसा से दबाते हैं। हजारों दलित भाई बहन आज सड़कों पर उतरकर मोदी सरकार से अपने अधिकारों की रक्षा की मांग कर रहे हैं। हम उनको सलाम करते हैं। #भारत बंद. He is not only condoning the violence, he is actually saluting the people who are committing these violence acts, because largely these protests have been violent. And just imagine if these Padmavati protests were going on, and if the BJP leadership, if Prime Minister Narendra Modi came out and said that we love these Padmavati protesters and we want them to keep charging the way they are charging, he would be raked over the coals. He would get destroyed in the media. He would get destroyed over social media. But this man is being praised over social media for supporting the Dalit cause. This man's party has been in power in India for a vast majority of India's independence. And I love that now his party is blaming the BJP for the poor situation of the Dalits and the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes in India. Because it is in your interests to keep these populations poor and angry. Because if you keep them poor and angry, then you can always blame their bad situation on other people and keep convincing these people to vote for you. This is an insidious agenda and it needs to be called out. And this is the important thing about this act and this decision, that this requires a peaceful, coherent conversation. Because the dowry law exists as well. And the dowry law exists because women were being harassed often by their in-laws, and women would not get married if the woman's family couldn't offer a dowry. So that law is a very good law, right? But it's also important to understand that that law can be misused by certain women. It has happened. Does it happen all the time? No, but it has happened, so there needs to be certain safeguards in there. Also, the Triple Talaq Act. The Triple Talaq Act is a very good act because there were thousands, potentially millions of Muslim women that were being harassed and whose lives were being destroyed by their husbands just arbitrarily divorcing them. So this act is a good act, but it is also possible that some Muslim women can misuse the Triple Talaq Act. Therefore, there needs to be some safeguards in the Triple Talaq Act as well to protect certain men. And that is the same thing that the courts are trying to do here. Now, you may disagree with this position of the courts. I also disagree with this position that the court has taken in this particular case because, like I said before, the rate of convictions is already pretty low. But violently protesting on the streets, destroying millions and millions of rupees worth of property, hurting people, killing people, that is not the way to protest. Those actions do not belong in a democracy. Those actions do not belong in a country like India. They're not revolutionaries, they're goons. I am completely in support of these people protesting. But these protests have to be peaceful. The same people who were castigating the Karni Sena, who were criticizing the Karni Sena, and who were calling the Karni Sena fascists for protesting violently in the streets over the release of Padmavati, they are the same people who are now calling these people heroes and calling these people revolutionaries and praising these people for now violently protesting on the streets. What the hell kind of hypocrisy is this? And I want you to use the hashtag Bharat Bandh Hypocrisy and tweet out your responses on Twitter to me. Use the hashtag Bharat Bandh Hypocrisy and please let me know other instances of hypocrisy that you've seen on the left side and in the opposition parties when it comes to these issues. And also let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about these protests? Do you think these protests are justified? Or do you think that protesting violently like this on the streets is not done in a democratic country like India? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below because I'd love to hear them. Alright guys, again, thank you for watching today's show. A new Sessions episode is going to be premiering soon and I will be talking to Ashu Muglikar and Prasad Garva on Sunday at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time and 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time in America. So please make sure that you are subscribed to the show's channel down below and please make sure to join us live for that conversation. You can ask me, Ashu or Prasad your questions live and we'd love to answer some of them for you. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching today's show. I will see you again for the Friday episode and until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you soon.